Now, listen, you guys, it is a year later, and Shannon Sharpe is coming with an apology to Nicki Minaj after the workings that he got yesterday from band from New Orleans. And we're going to be talking about this entire situation with the Transformer and Atlantic as well. Academics is shedding in some light, in as far as why the Transformer no longer has negotiating power as she used to have. And we're also going to be discussing about Cousin Sloth, trolling about having a BBL. And at the same time, band from New Orleans has gone number one on Apple Music. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea blog. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great. You guys, I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about Shannon Sharpe. Yesterday, Nicki Minaj dropped, of course, a remix to Lil Wayne's band from New Orleans, where she gave a little bit of whacking to Shannon Sharpe because of that entire situation when he said Nicki who, when somebody had expressed that, well, Nicki Minaj would want to sit down with you, and he acted like he didn't know who Nicki with a C is. Okay, that wasn't Nicki with a double K. That was Nicki with a C. But he decided to be messy and act like he doesn't know who Nicki is. And after that, he went on a series of interviews bringing up Nicki Minaj in the most negative light that he could come up with. Okay, each and every single time anybody would be on his podcast, he made sure to ask that person, have you ever had an interaction with Nicki Minaj, which started giving off, are you obsessed, sir? Like, are you obsessed? Like, why? It could be Amber Rose. It could be literally somebody non-related to Nicki Minaj. It could be somebody who sneezed in the same place that Nicki Minaj shitted in. And he would literally still have something, some form of tricky question to ask that person so that they can say that Nicki is this horrible person. And so, personally, as for him being brought up in that song, I'm not mad at that. It seems like he decided to address the situation together with Ocho on, their own show. And everybody knows that Ocho single loves him some Nicki Minaj, and I
Oh, with the line, if I
Yeah.
send a pic of Shannon, you ain't that sharp. Last night she tweeted, that's what she said. Ocho almost called her Strizzy just by being around your crazy tail self.
I'm gonna call it
Yeah.
straight. Nah, Nikki, that's my dog, man. What you talking about? What she talking
But
about? What
this is
happened?
what happened, Ocho.
Talk to
I
me.
used to go back and forth with people. And
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was talking about Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley said something. We couldn't find it. We don't have to. But anyway, we were talking about Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley says it's really great for everybody, Black Americans. And I was like,
Mm.
when has it ever been great for Nikki? When has it ever been great? And somebody tweeted, so I'm talking about Nikki Haley. So somebody says
Right,
Nikki really wants to come on your podcast. How am I supposed to talk? I'm talking about Nikki Haley. I'm like,
right.
Nikki who? It'll be like, Ocho, hey man, hey, Unc know about them sports.
Yeah.
People gonna say Unc who? It might be
Right.
Snoop Dogg, it
Oh,
might be me,
wait a minute. So wait, this is a whole misunderstanding.
but she thought I'm like, I'm tweeting back and forth, we talking about Nikki Haley.
Right,
Somebody out of the blue talking
right.
about, I'm like, why the hell Nikki? I'm thinking Nikki who? Nikki Haley wanna come on my podcast? Why? What she
Oh,
got to
see,
say?
see, see. Oh, see, this is a complete misunderstanding. So, man, I gotta text my sis, man, and tell her, man, listen, sis, Uncle ain't mean no foul,
You
no
gotta get it.
harm.
You
Like, it
gotta
was a
get on here,
misunderstanding.
Ocho. You gotta.
Yeah,
Ocho,
hey, Uncle, I got you.
Joe,
I got you, Uncle. I got
what I
that.
do
That's my people.
every time I introduce myself to somebody, they can
Yes,
be
sir.
a celebrity, entertainer, whatever, athlete, whatever case may be, or somebody just random. I always introduce myself. I'm Shannon Sharpe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They laugh, Ash and Joy laugh every time, and people tell me, I know who you are. I'm not arrogant enough to
Right.
think that everybody does know who I am.
Absolutely.
Okay.
With
Absolutely.
that
Okay.
being said, look, then if somebody would have told me, Shannon, you're gonna be in a rap song, I was like, who gonna rap about it? I damn sure wouldn't have thought it was gonna be Nicki Minaj put me in a rap song, and I
Hey,
damn sure
hey,
didn't want to
hey,
be in
hey,
one
hey,
like this.
Yeah,
So
that was a nice. Hey, that was a nice little bar
let me
though.
let me
That was
take
a
the
nice
time
little
now,
bar.
Nikki. It was not. I was not trying to be disrespectful. Of course, I know who you are. I would be remiss to say that I thought you knew who I was, or do you know anything about Club Shay Shay? I'm not that arrogant. I mean, I'm surprised when people like when people's like Cat Williams. That's I mean, when people say Club Shay Shay, the next thing out of their mouth is Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Shannon Sharpe. I'm Club Shay Shay. But it wasn't meant as a disrespect. I wasn't like, yes, I know who you are. But I've been going back and forth. We've been talking about Nikki Haley. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how do we, I'm supposed to like all of a sudden, man, Nicki Minaj?
Hey,
So, Nikki, I apologize. I meant no disrespect. You always have an open invitation if you ever want to come sit down and have a conversation, even if you just want to have a private conversation on the phone or something. It won't go any further between you and I. Leave it like that. But I didn't mean any disrespect.
We apologize, sis. Huh? I apologize too because I almost caught a straight shooter. I'm sorry. I ain't even do nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the Barbz
Yeah.
too. You got to apologize to the Barbz too. You can't just apologize to Nikki. You got to apologize to the whole congregation. It's like when you're in church.
But she say you almost, but you didn't catch one. But like I said,
Yeah.
I think when they said Nikki, I'm like, because I'm talking about Nikki Haley. We've been talking about Nikki Haley for the last 3-4 minutes, and then I'm supposed to automatically assume somebody say another Nikki. I'm supposed to automatically assume that that's Nicki Minaj. Now, if we've been talking about music, okay, Nicki Minaj, who's the greatest female rapper of all time, and we go Nicki Minaj, we go Little Kim.
Oh yeah, she's
right.
great. Yeah,
and now they say, okay,
queen,
when
man.
Nicki want to come on the
She's
show,
queen.
well, I'm automatically going to say, okay, Nicki Minaj. Okay, oh yeah, let her come on. But I'm talking about Nikki Haley and that bull jive she said. So, like I said, I didn't mean any disrespect. Obviously, clearly, you took it that way. So I apologize, Nikki. That was not my intent. I thought they were talking about. I thought the person was talking about Nikki Haley, and I was more like, Nikki, who? Why the hell she want to come on my pod? She ain't finna come on my pod talking about spreading them lies.
But matter of fact, hell yeah, I'm apologize too. I'm apologize too because I'm a part of the show. So I almost caught her straight, but I don't want no smoke.
Hey,
matter of fact, hold on. I told you, I apologize to the Barbz too. You got to apologize to the congregation.
I apologize.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. Personally, whether you are bitter, whether you are salty, whether you are whatever, I do not care. You still got to apologize, and you still got to know that people are not daft. People can tell when you're being messy. Is the energy saying we can even talk on the phone, blah, 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 and stuff like that? One thing about Nicki Minaj is like nobody is above reproach when it comes to her. Like she does not care how many muscles you have. She doesn't care, who you are. You will collect it. And I love her for that. Anyway, Nicki decided to respond, and this is what she said. She said, LOL, well, we got a funny little rap bar out of it. Thank you, Shannon, because I was like, child, what I done did now. You never cleared it up to the bab, so I had to avenge them. And then, she went ahead and said, Ocho Cinco, it's all love for life, but I know you loved when you heard it, okay? And it seems like she's taking everything light. But when it comes to Shannon, I also would like to believe that Nicki is not dense. She knows exactly what she's doing. The message got to exactly where it was, intended to get. Shannon got the message, and now he knows that we can tell that he's weird. We can tell that he's on some Nicki Minaj dislike campaign. I don't know if it's on behalf of Jay-Z and Rock Nation or whatever, but now he knows that Nicki knows, and we all know, and we all have seen him continuously trying to play on this woman's top. So, and Nicki making it seem like it's playful. She knows what she's doing. She's also playing chess with him to say that I'm not going to crash out on you. I'm going to make it playful, but you're still going to catch it. And I love that energy. But let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Moving on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about, let us talk about the song itself, Banned from New Orleans. Some of you have been calling it Banned from No. Okay, I've been seeing that. I'm not mad at that if that's what you decide to call it, but I could get why people would think that. I mean, if you want to say, New Orleans, wouldn't you put like a dot in between N and O to make it to show that it's an abbreviation? So I'm not mad at you guys that are calling it banned from No, but it is banned from New Orleans. And so this is what Nicki said about it going number one on Apple Music. She said number one on Apple Music, hashtag rap life at Old Men Ebro, okay? And congratulations to Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj for being able to achieve that. Personally, of course, I'm happy about the numbers and stuff like that, but I'm more happy that this is rap. This is what hip hop looks like, okay? Despite what they might want you to believe in the streets there, despite, like, if you are out there straight up saying that this entire song is trash, clearly it's not even about music anymore. You do not enjoy art. You enjoy drama more than art itself. Because anybody who appreciates the art, the poetry in it, the lyricism in it, you wouldn't rob yourself of the chance to actually enjoy good music just so you can continue pushing these narratives and all of these things. This is a nice song, okay? You can still play into the propaganda later, but allow yourself to enjoy the epitome of penmanship and lyricism. Don't do this to yourself. Because some of these accounts that you're following that are spreading all this misinformation, they are bot accounts. They're not real people. You get it. And there you are following and robbing yourself of the chance to enjoy good music just because you're following the trends that bots are setting for you. Don't do this to yourself. Enjoy good music. Anyway, let us move on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about. Cousin Sloth. Cousin Sloth is out there just being a troll, honestly. Like, people started saying that, well, she got a BBL done. I don't know how far true that is. But the chief advocate of BBLs, Advovo BBL advocate at large, the Transformer, she came through and she was kind of, confirming indirectly that Cousin Sloth has had work done. Now, Cousin Sloth is out there seemingly, I don't know if I should say admitting or trolling about that BBL. She said that. Do my BBL match my thighs? Yow. And of course, people are like, oh, you're confirming. And honestly, I'm not looking at Glorilla differently. I do feel like she feeds into the hype. She likes it when people are out there saying all these things about her. And I think she's just now trolling at this point. I don't think this is her admitting to getting a BBL. For the longest of time, she's been denying it, saying that, well, I put in the work at the gym and stuff like that. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, let us move on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about. Let us talk about the Transformer and Atlantic. Yesterday I did a video and I was talking about how she was saying that she wants to come and address the Atlantic situation, and I expressed how I felt like it's a different it's not a smart thing to do. And I also did express yesterday that I felt like she no longer has the same negotiating power that she used to have, because this is a new team. They were not there when you guys were pillow talking each other and gassing each other up in those meetings and stuff. These guys were not there, and right now they're looking at profitability, they're looking at return. And if you're not, promising that you will give them enough return, they won't invest a lot, in your projects. And that's just basic, business. It's basic business. It's not nothing personal. The reason why those people before were willing to invest a lot in her, they had the hopes that she would take the large market share in as far as female rap is concerned. That's what they believed. They thought that, well, the same way Nicki Minaj was able to have a larger market share after Lil Kim, the Transformer would able to grab that market share as well. So that's why they were investing as much as they were in the past. But of course, after all of that failed, I mean, they're not as willing, to put as much as they were in the past, because clearly it has failed. Clearly, Nicki still has the largest market share. If we're talking about real fans and not botting and polarization and propaganda and stuff like that. So they will not waste their money to do that. Okay. And so Academics is coming in and he seems to be agreeing with everything that I was saying yesterday, to say that she no longer has the same negotiating power. I mean, Lucian's son is the one that took over Atlantic, and he's the same guy who founded that record label that signed Ice Spice together with Capital. Elliot. He's the same guy. So just how Paprika Spice's career and how much they're willing to invest in her can give you a little bit of highlight into how quick they can be to drop an artist if an artist ceases to be profitable. So let me just insert what academics had to say, you guys, and let me know if you do see his thought process and if you do see sense in that. Personally, I do see sense in that. He's also, however, claiming that she will be able to sell 200K. I'm not sure if she doesn't get the same support as back in the day. I don't know if 200K she'll be able to crack it, honestly. But let me insert what academics had to say. I don't think that I'm going to be coming back after that. But that being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until my next one, see you.
This ain't about Cardi, but I'll just say Atlantic is ran by the son of a king. Let me say this again. Atlantic is ran by the son of a king. Man who runs Atlantic, his name is my close personal friend. His name is Elliot Grange. He's the son of Lucian Grange. His pops own the biggest label. Or not owns, but runs the biggest label. This is nepotism at its finest. His son runs the second biggest. Or actually, it's the third, really. Son runs the third biggest. His dad runs the biggest. UMG, WMG. Let me be very clear with y'all. Atlantic has been taken over. And the big dick on the block, pause, is my man Elliot Grange. All y'all Atlantic artists, well, first of all, they drop half of y'all. The Meeks, the Kodaks, they dropped all y'all, and they wouldn't even give a young boy some shit. Because them niggas, they were trying to get some, like, they were in public, they had to get bonuses, they dropped people. There wasn't down to spend. All the executives got their bonuses. I heard some people got $100 million. Executives. Yes, executives got $100 million. That's why you saw no music from Atlantic for a while. Cardi B been on Atlantic for a while. Here's the thing. Cardi B is now dealing with a new team. Cardi B is like an old baseball player with a new coach, new GM, new pitching coach, new hitting coach, everything new. Atlantic is brand new. And even if you're a superstar caliber artist like Cardi B, when you say, let's just drop this teaser real quick and I'll be back in 8 months, they're like, bitch, what? We supposed to spend $3 million for you to come back in 8 months? Wait, hold on now. Financially, that don't make sense. If we spending that $3 million, you about to come with this album. Stop the fucking playing. It's a lot of things that's changed. Atlantic is very different. I do believe Cardi might have some issues. Because you see all them old niggas, and I hate to call them old niggas. But, and I don't want to call the names of those people. Shit, I will. The Kaisers and the rest of them niggas and everybody else. Shit, even, they brought 300 in, the Kevin Lyles. Because all of that is now under Atlantic Music Group, so they've acquired a bunch. They got rid of all of them niggas. So all of the niggas who used to be on their hands and knees for Cardi, they're gone. They're gone. Out of here. Kaput. Poof. Now, your label is ran by a couple YN white dudes. The heir to the throne, Elliot Grange, and a couple people who you don't have a rapport with, that when you start hitting them with the big ball shit like, we need $3 million budget to drop this song, and I need that bitch to be like number 1 and number 2. They gonna say, all right, we could do that. We could do that. We love you. We love you. But where the album at? I'll let you know about the album. What, nigga? We ain't going with that shit. This ain't them old niggas that we fired. That's what's happening. This ain't the old niggas that we fired. Different regime. Different regime. We're going to see how that works. We're going to see how that works. And yes, Atlantic got some YNs there. I worked with them. You know the top dudes at Atlantic now? I used to work with them because, number one, I have a deal with them. The Academy Records is under their shit, 10K. And I used to work with them because Trippie and 6ix9ine was signed to them. So yeah, like they're the people running Atlantic now. They run this shit. Meg shit folds up under there. They told me Meg is coming strong. They said, what they tell me about Cardi? They said eventually Cardi gonna do something. All right. We're gonna see how that goes. This is business as usual. Business as usual. Also, Cardi, I love you, baby girl, but I gotta be honest with you. You ain't dropped music in 5 years. Actually, 7 years. Your last drop was 2018, I believe. If you think anybody other than your fan base is going to have sympathy about any gripe with the label, you're sadly mistaken. Anybody with a decent brain is going to say, you ain't dropped for 7 years. You're tripping. So, let's get the album going on. Cardi, this is supposed to be the fuck Offset album. Come on now. I can say it. I'm drunk. I can say it. I'm drunk. This is supposed to be Offset, you ain't shit. You a bitch. Offset, I don't think like that, brother. I love you. I love you. Me and you talk. I love you. Cardi, I talk to you too. I love you even more. But what I'm saying is, the people want to hear the fuck Offset album. And Offset got to understand that as a man. The females want to hear, that nigga been dogging me out, doing shit, whatever. It's my turn now. It's my lick back. That's where the culture is at. They want that album from Cardi. If Cardi delivers that album, I think she going to be just fine. 200K. 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 Back like she never left. I'm only telling y'all the truth. I'm only telling y'all the truth, man. Y'all might not like it. So anyway, I'm going to wait a couple days to ask Drake about Iceman. Because I don't want to hit him up today and Drake say some dumb shit that going to piss me off. Like, yo, I heard you was chilling with the ops. Like, bro, shut up. I don't want to hear that. I don't think he would say that, but he might say that some dumb shit.